Yeah, we're having MarketChameleon.com. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. This is Options Report. I'm Adam. That's Will. What's going on, my man?
What episode is this of the Options Report?
This is episode 4,873.
We almost have to be on episode.
We're getting up to, well, we've done almost a full year, man. Congratulations. What do you think about that, man?
What is the date of the full year?
I think it's like July 12th or something. It'll be a full year. Incredible, man.
Wow, that is a big one.
Love it.
That is a big one.
So is that going to be our last show?
It's a high delta. High delta last show.
Everybody remember, option trading, all trading is risky. You got to do your research. That's what the Chameleon is for. Oh, wait, hold on a sec, bro. Am I not catching your sound? Say something, man.
Hello.
All right, I got you. Good. Thank goodness. I thought this show was going down the tubes quick, but it's not, man. We're here. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on Twitter.
With the amount of chit-chat, it may be going down quick.
Oh, it is going down. What do you got for us today, man?
I don't know. What do we have? I'm flying down paychecks. Ooh, love paychecks.
Come on, man. Bring us some heat, man.
Well, we will be getting to the Micron, which is cool. Well, yesterday we left. You were asking about Amazon. Amazon is going to have the double prime this year. Double prime.
What's that mean?
Prime plus. Well, you know, they've for about 5 years now, they've done Prime Day.
Yep.
Amazon Prime. And they completely they discount the site. Massive discounts. And it's other than like, around Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and the holidays. It is a monster day.
They've turned it into a big day for themselves. There's nothing like a company creating big sales days around their company. It's fantastic. Smart play on Amazon's part.
The big thing is they got, almost 20 days away. So they got all the publicity yesterday about having a 2-day parade of epic deals. and then around those 2 days, they will talk about it for 2 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, just the free publicity it gets. With that,
it's fantastic.
With that, I looked at some Amazon bullish spreads, and there are a lot to choose from. So do your screeners. Do your screeners for bullish spreads in the Amazon.
Love it.
Also left on the table yesterday was a little conversation about Apple and Facebook going head-to-head in commentary. A Facebook executive called out Apple for what we've been talking about, Apple calling out the whole industry for privacy.
Yep.
A Facebook exec attacked them. On the top of that, with the trade tariffs, I'm hearing the prices are going to go up 15 to 25% on Apple products.
Really?
How's that going to affect Apple?
Well, I don't know if it does, man, frankly.
Really?
Frankly. I mean, are you still buying an iPhone? Your iPhone's $1,000. Now it's $1,150. Are you still going to buy it? I can tell you definitively my answer is yes, because we were stuck in a situation where Molly's phone blew up here in Costa Rica and was like, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. I ended up buying it here in Costa Rica, and it's like 40% more expensive here in Costa. It was like $1,500. But when you got to get it, you throw down, man.
Jesus, that is one hell of a markup there in Costa Rica. What is the phone of choice in Costa Rica?
It's amazing. People don't often people in the States don't realize the States has the best prices for everything. Just about everything.
Well, compared to Costa Rica.
Compared, for example, I was in Mexico once, was thinking, oh, maybe I'll buy an iPhone here, see if it's similar prices as the States. It was much more in Mexico. So this is...
Well, all right. Well, now let's dig into something. You've been to a couple different places. How does it compare to Haiti?
Can't get an iPhone in Haiti.
Wait, you're telling me Haiti's? I mean, is that
I'm
a growing
joking,
market?
Man. Of course, you can get an iPhone everywhere, I'm sure. But I'm sure it's very expensive in Haiti.
So you didn't price Haiti?
There's no. Let's just say this: the prices that are in the U.S. for the iPhone are the least expensive iPhones in the world.
What about Venezuela?
It's $1 million in Venezuela, man.
What about Peru?
We're gonna go through every country in Latin America.
Well, places you've been. I'm assuming we're using.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's more expensive everywhere. everywhere. The government interventions, government taxes cause it to be more expensive. Every single country outside of the United States. 100%.
Which, by the way, under that premise, FedEx announced today government intervention. It's a real problem, that the regulation on package protection.
Package protection? Oh, what? Like the requirements to make sure it's not a bomb and stuff like that?
Yeah, they've changed the requirements. So no bombs, drugs, who knows? Illegal produced product under, different brand names. Are you a helping the counterfeit trade?
Right.
God only knows. And I'm just speaking off the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's all those things. And they say the regulations on ship, which is incredible, right?
Dude, I've said the story many times. I've had multiple incidents trying to bring stuff into Costa Rica. It is an absolute brutal nightmare. Brutal. The government makes it so brutal that it's expensive. It's super time consuming. I recommend it to anybody who's bringing stuff to Costa Rica to just not even do it. Forget it. Just completely forget it. Whatever you can't bring on the plane, buy here, because trying to import stuff can turn into just a disaster. Such a nightmare.
Are you saying stuff can get stolen at the border?
Oh, it's not even. It's stolen plus. It's stolen plus. Oh, quick example. We ordered some stuff, electronics, not phones, tripods, stuff we needed for the podcast. And
tripods?
In that I included a small box of what they call lancets. These are devices. They're just like basically little pins that you can use for facials, right? There's a box of 1,000, costs $10 on Amazon. It was an add-on, nothing thought. Man, that thing got the whole entire, $1,200 order. That $10 box got that thing stuck in customs. We're trying to get Ministry of Health letters, all this garbage just to try and get that stuff out of customs. Never actually happened. I had to claim it as lost in Amazon after like 3 months of trying to get it out, spending hundreds of dollars, legal fees, lawyer letters, ridiculous. And that's it.
I'm surprised you guys don't take more trips to the States.
Well, actually. That's it. That's what I recommend, man. Just fly. But this is just heads up. This is common across countries. This is not just Costa Rica. This is very common in a lot of countries. So that is what FedEx is talking about, man. Basically on that order, Amazon ate that whole order, ate the entire order. And whether or not they ever got that back is debatable.
Well, you could overlay FedEx with SPY. You'll see that, the market is near its high.
Yep.
And FedEx is way off its high. It's FedEx led this whole rally, right? It was way up on the whole market. It is now dropped. So is the economy slowing? Is this a FedEx issue? These are the types of things investors have to look at. My gut feeling, and my gut is, what percent of the time is my gut
63% wrong? 63% wrong.
It's significant. But
But your gut's telling you, look, FedEx, quality company, quality leadership, and this thing, when it rebounds, is going to outperform. That's what your thesis is.
I think you could get a rebound here. Yes, yeah. I think you screen for some bullish opportunities in FedEx. They're laying all the bad chips out on the table.
Scroll down a little bit so we can see that, bro. Mm-hmm.
So there are lots of opportunities in FedEx.
Now, hey, you want to take a question from the tweets and the chatter? Mike's asking, trying to refine structure selection. Can you give some tips on when to use risk reversal versus a debit spread when we have a strong bull or bear opinion? And do you ever use both?
I would say if there's an opportunity to do a debit spread, always do a debit spread.
Okay.
You're identifying a risk reversal is just a way to, particularly if you've got like a portfolio margin account or you're a bigger entity, is just to take advantage of the leverage of the options to put on a bullish or a bearish position. But your risk, what's your risk with the risk reversal there, Adam? Let's see. We've been talking for almost a year. Do you remember?
What's your risk with the risk reversal?
Well, it's the monkey ripped off the face risk.
Yep.
You can it's unlimited risk to the to where your risk, unless if you've got it on the bullish side, that you get your risk is that goes to zero.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also, if you're doing that, you're taking advantage of the leverage,
right?
So you're probably going to do it a little bit bigger than maybe even a lot bigger than if you were going to go and just buy the stock.
Yep.
And on the short side, on the bearish side, you are going to again, you can't sell the stock short, most people. So it's how you're taking advantage of it, and the risk to the upside. I mean, that's how short squeezes happen, right?
Speaking of short squeezes, we're getting another chatter about MU. Were you going to pop into MU? Did a short squeeze happen in MU?
I would say just based on the size of that stock, I would say no. But we can look at it. But look at Beyond Meat. I mean, this is one that it's been squeezed. It popped. It got squeezed again. It seems like. I mean, you and I will have to try some of this product when you come up. But
wait, you didn't make the purchase already? I thought that was in the fridge waiting, man. My quality yeast products.
The last time I was in, surprisingly, there are a lot of different competitors. It's hard to even find it. I had to go, and they're like, this is where it usually is. But there was such a demand, they didn't have any in stock.
Wow.
When I was there. So, well,
I mean, wow, does that mean their production is not right? Well, I mean, that's an issue, right? If they can't supply, I mean, obviously, there's just one. Whatever, Whole Foods or wherever you were.
These are all pieces of research.
But that's a little piece of research. I mean, if they can't, if people want this, you are actually looking for the product and they can't actually serve you, that is an issue.
It's amazing how an IPO of a product and the constant chatter about it can drive people to purchase the product.
Yeah, that can be fantastic. But if the company,
it really is
is unfulfilled.
So, to answer Mike's question, it's a risk profile. I mean, you rate to do better if it goes your way, but you have that risk to the tail that can take your house away, depending on the size of it. So you have to be careful. I prefer, if you can find a credit or debit spread on the bearish or bullish side, and that's what we typically talk about, because those are the best opportunities to play the side you want to play.
Yep.
I've kind of been jumping around, but I did.
Well, tell us about MU while we're on the squeeze.
Constantly jumping around. MU also had earnings. They beat. I think there were some, negative comments also within the conference call, but it is up this morning. I mean, all we have to do is go to the risk protection statistics right here,
and
you can see if there was any sort of pop. It did have a move. It did have a move in the cost to borrow, but this was probably just going into earnings. So
yep.
You can see it hasn't been. And again, all these semiconductors have been really beat up, though AMD has rallied back lately. Like one of the things I was going to say, I think this, again, the semis kind of are a leading indicator to a market that may be selling off, but it seems like the market is going the other direction.
Yep.
So and it's a lot of it, and we talked about, and Mike was the one who made us first build it, but Trump's tweet storm about the tariffs and what's going to happen. Did I not overlay that with SPY?
You didn't. You did it with FedEx.
There you go.
Scroll down a little bit so we can see that, bro.
This is MU, but if you do it to the whole, if we look at SMH,
yep,
which is the whole semiconductor sector, still, I mean, SMH is still really leading the whole. That's interesting. I didn't expect to see that. You see that, right?
Yeah, you didn't expect to see it outperform in the market? Yeah, well, we've been talking about MU and how it's been brutalized for, I don't know, 6 months. We've been talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's been brutalized, but it's still well above the entire market, the semiconductors.
Well, there you go, Dallas. Hope that helps you with MU, my man.
That's not going to – I'm not – we should – it's the numbers. I mean, you got to dig deeper to know if it was.
No, there's no dig. It's just we're giving them a look, man. Of course, nobody's Dallas. Do not buy or sell based on what we're saying.
If you look at the semis are also up today. I did want to talk because this is the first semi that announced their earnings. So just be aware if the trade deal gets pushed through, which there was some commentary by Mnuchin overnight, and I can't tell if he's talking about past tense or moving forward. It's very gray, but a lot of the market seems to think he's like the trade deal's 90% of the way there.
Sure. But just that last 5% might take 6 to 8 months.
Well, I said
I'm just telling you, that's my head on a swivel, man.
It would be the last 10%, right? He said 90%.
Oh, 90. I thought he said 95. What, are you going to get details now, man? You're going to go detail with me?
That last 10 yards of the football field is
90% plus 5% is 100%, Will. Come on, dude. Basic math.
Monkey math for sure. But NVIDIA is the one I wanted to talk about, and it's also related to Facebook and the Libra, and the Bitcoin move's been rapid the past 30 days.
Yep.
I don't know. It's touching 13,000 again.
13,000.
You talk about a squeeze. Supposedly the hedge funds are getting squeezed here.
Really?
It's the invest in public that's buying wealthy individuals. Those type of people with money are buying the Bitcoin.
How can they possibly? This is one thing about it. How can they possibly know who's buying and selling? That's all. That's 100% speculation.
I agree. This is the chit chat. This is chit chat out there in the marketplace. I don't follow it enough. But
you know who might be buying and might be doing that? The hedge funds, man. I mean, if I was a smart head, I tried to get you into this space 2, 3, 4 years ago, man. You guys could have gone in and dominated, but no, you didn't want to go in and dominate. Dude, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. You can throw money back and forth so it makes it looks like volume. You can raise price. I mean, you can do anything. It's totally,
Are you saying there's manipulation going on?
Is there manipulation?
Dimitri and I wanted to build a product for the people. A great equalizer for the marketplace.
You didn't want to just take advantage of
who wanted to take advantage of people and make billions of dollars in the Bitcoin market. Not us.
Bitcoin.
Not us.
So what's NVIDIA telling us, man?
Well, NVIDIA is not telling us anything at the moment, but it is up again. This is all on the MU news. All these semis are moving higher.
Yep.
Again, this also has the Bitcoin play built into it, right? This was the top of Bitcoin right here.
Right.
These are the chips that all the farmers
that power the miners. Are you calling them farmers now? I thought they were miners.
Maybe they're miners that are in farms. Don't they call
They do. You're right. Yeah.
Have all the server
farms.
So, who would have thought?
Yeah. Why aren't they server like tractors?
Can you turn coal mines into places where you can put farms? They're nice and cool down there.
You got to have the free or cheap electricity, man. It's got to be almost free.
It does, but they need these chips. NVIDIA produces the chips. I don't know if this run is going to last. There's a big meeting between Buffett and some cryptocurrency companies coming up.
Really? I'm telling you, man, I'm loving more and more and more and more Facebook's play, man. Loving it.
We'll
absolutely loving it. Of course, everybody points out it's not a real cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized. I get it, man. 100% get it. But who cares? That's not what people don't want. Like the majority of the population does not want a decentralized currency because they're not on board with what you or I may be on board with, which is personal freedom. They're not necessarily on board with that. They love a third-party actor who, if they lose their Bitcoins or their Libras or whatever you call them, they can get them back. They love that. People actually, the general public loves that.
In the freest country in the world, I think, it's this next election. It's a coin flip. Who wants to be taken care, freedoms, it's like people want to be taken care of.
Wait, are you saying this is the most important election in the history of America?
I'm not saying that.
Well, it sounds like you're saying that.
Every election has its own cycle, but I'm just saying there are a lot of the population in this country that would like less freedoms and more government helping you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
More involvement.
Yep.
Anyways, and Facebook, by the way, because they are going into this space, they're about to go under a whole nother. nice piece of regulatory scrutiny.
Which as I've said, they love that. That is music to their ears, man. That is music to their ears. That means no competitors, man. Full domination.
I was bringing this up because I was bearish at Apple and bullish Facebook. But Facebook, there are a lot of bullish opportunities here. Facebook going on the attack against Apple, and they're touting how great they are protecting people data when they're putting all these apps on their site and allowing them to be downloaded onto their phones and whatever. It's Facebook has been now going after. Well, it's not Mark Zuckerberg, but it's executives at Facebook have been in the public talking about Apple. So
yep.
There you go.
By the way, Dallas is hitting us up and saying that only thing NVIDIA got rid of was most of its Bitcoin-related chips over the last 2 quarters. That was in the call, my man. In case you missed it.
There you go. I did miss it.
Are you still sharing your screen, or you're gonna?
I've stopped sharing.
Hopefully, by the end of next year, after 500 episodes, you'll learn to control that Skype screen, man. That'll be amazing.
Well, the truth be told, you were bringing it up like I was going to have to go back to the screen, so I topped. I thought you were bringing up someone wanted to ask another question. Usually you throw that at me. So
by the way, guys, let me just give you, this is my tip of the day. This is my super tip of the day. It has nothing to do with trading. It has to do with tech. If you hit Control Tab, you can tab between 2 different things on your PC, just to let you guys know. Instead of moving the mouse, make it small, make it small again, make the other big. You can just hit Control Tab.
I don't like that function. That functionality is terrible.
I like the control of my mouse moving around.
I prefer the mouse. The activity hand to mouse is a big deal for myself. It's a big deal. They should get rid of that Control Tab. Too confusing.
Hey, Mike's asking me, Dimitri did an excellent tutorial on VWAP trading or VWAP charts. Can we get any tips from Adam? Tip is stay away, dude. Don't do that stuff, man. Just buy Facebook.
I love the VWAP. We talked about that yesterday.
I know, man. Oh, everybody remember, man, what's happening tonight, Brozilla, man? We got the webinar tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. You guys visit the Market Chameleon or follow us on Twitter. We're going to be tweeting about it all day. 8 p.m. Eastern, Dimitri and I. No chit-chat. Chit-chat free. That's the way it's going to be, man.
It should be. We've tried to keep this show that way, but certainly it's gone the other direction.
Failing miserably. All right, everybody. Have a great day trading, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Be safe.